Welcome back to my channel. Yes. Today we have the most specialist guest. My wife. I was gonna say hubby, but I feel like sometimes people probably think I'm delusional because I say my husband and I say she and I say wife. So until we establish this is my man, my wife.
You see, she only said it one time because it ain't no other one.
So yeah. Today we were supposed to do a mukbang, but it was like an epic fail. Baby. Yeah. We were supposed to do a mukbang, but it was an epic fail. So we're just gonna do a story time. We already ate. Oh, baby, you want a glass of wine? No, we already did Wine Talk Wednesday. We're just gonna do a story time. A story time about how my man had a fucking stalker. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about that. We're not gonna disclose the name of said stalker or how my husband came into contact with said stalker. But we're gonna talk about
just know it was not by choice.
Just know that y'all bitches be fucking playing with me. That's what y'all need to know. I need a knife. I need a little moment. That's what I need. So, baby, you want to start talking about your stalker?
No.
So you want me to start talking about the stalker? Okay, so there's this little stalker. We need to give the stalker a name.
It's wine in here.
It's not wine, it's water. We need to give the stalker a name. Let's get a stalker a name. Whisper it in my ear what the stalker name should be. Tell me. Thirsty. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Thirsty met my man at an undisclosed place. We're not gonna say what that disclosed place was, but actually no, I'm gonna rewind. Thirsty met me first at a place that I'm not going to name. And the first time Thirsty saw me, Thirsty was like, "You know Jocelyn Hernandez?" And I'm like this was like random. Like, I guess that was her way of starting a conversation, which I had no problem with. I had no problem with Thirsty until when we get to the part where I started having problems with Thirsty, when she started trying me. But she's like, "You know Jocelyn Hernandez?" And I'm like, yeah. So we just chit-chatted a little bit about Jocelyn Hernandez. So random. And then later on that day, my husband met Thirsty. Before my husband met Thirsty, I was like, this person that you gonna meet today named Thirsty, she like a little, like, what'd I say, ghetto? Ratchet. I was like, she like a little ratchet. Like, when you meet somebody for the first time, me personally, when I meet somebody for the first time, I'm not gonna be like, "You know Jocelyn Hernandez?" Out of all the things that I could possibly say, that's not something that I'm going to do. So, fast forward, my husband meets Thirsty. And they like establish a little friendship or whatever. And I will say, and we'll get into this in like another video when we do like a relationship video. This is just a story time.
Are you talking about the very first day? Because that's not what happened.
The very first day?
Yeah. I think it was 2 words exchanged. Hey.
On the very first day, Thirsty.
Very first day.
Okay, all right. So they exchanged a little bit of words.
Until the next day.
Okay,
I got a text message. And then.
Okay, and then the snowball effect into them being best friends.
We were never best friends. I have one best friend.
Friends.
I never called her my friend.
Well, she called you her friend. It was friend. But I will say, neither one of us are like the people in a relationship to be like, you can't have this friend, you can't do this, you can't do that. We don't do that. You have your friends, you do what you do. I started knowing it was a problem though, when it was like, my friend, after you meet somebody, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but when you meet somebody for the first time, within like a week, you're not like, friend, my friend. Oh, friend, oh. You're not like that within the first week, 2 weeks of knowing somebody. That develops, it evolves into a friendship. Thirsty didn't do that. Thirsty was on the money. Friend. So I told my husband, she's fucking delusional. And I feel like I'm gonna have to run this bitch over. Yes, I did say I was gonna have to run her over. And then my husband got all like, it's just a friend. I'm not looking that way because my husband is like, what's the word I want to use? Because I don't want to be like, I don't want to say it a mean way. My husband is like gullible. I feel like that's the right. No, gullible's not the right word. You're like not a girl. So she don't have the brains like us girls have. Like, you know when somebody flirting with your man and it's like, bitch, I will kill you. My husband don't have those radars. Don't go off. It just be like, they're a cool person. They eat soup. I eat soup. We're the same. There's no flirting. And it's like, no, the bitch want to eat your soup, kind of thing. So I told my husband, she being real thirsty, and I'm gonna have to run that bitch over with a car. My husband's like, I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's like that. You want to say what Thirsty did on a phone call?
When?
How many times? What situation am I talking about in particular? Let's start with the first thing about what she said that was inappropriate about me first, and how she texted me and said that was so inappropriate. Because that was the first incident, right? She said what she said about me, right?
She said she would have a time with my wife.
And so at this point, have a time with me, little old me. What did I do, baby? I don't even know you. My husband like, oh, she wants you.
I was actually too stunned to speak because ain't nobody ever told me they wanted to have sex with my wife, because that's what she meant. So when she said that, I was just like, did you say that to me? And then I called my wife and I was like, you would never believe what Thirsty said to me. And she was like, what did you say? And I was like, I was too stunned to speak. I said nothing because, like, you said that to me. Again. Followed up with, can I ask you a personal question? And I'm like, okay. She asked about a particular device, if I use it in the bedroom or not. You know?
But that's your friend, because friends don't fucking do that.
That's
I ain't
not my friend.
That's what she was calling you?
Yes.
I ain't never met a friend that been like within, because at this point y'all had only known each other for what, 3 weeks? I don't even think it was that much.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I'm being generous. It was less than a month, and less than a month of me knowing somebody.
I want to say like a week. I want to say it was in like maybe 2. It was very soon. It was very soon.
I ain't never met any of my friends that within a week been like, is this what you do in the bedroom? I would take down your spouse. I'd have a time with your spouse. Never. In a history of me making friends have I ever made an advance like that. So that's when I knew she was fucking delusional. Because who does stuff like that? I digress. Go ahead. What
do you want me to say?
When she said that. Wait, what did you leave off with?
She said she would have a time with my wife.
Yes.
And she asked me if I used a particular device in the bedroom. And then she said she was drinking. And she texted me 2 o'clock in the morning and said, that was an inappropriate conversation. Let's never bring it up again. Blah, blah, blah. And I responded, if I'm not mistaken, it was something to the fact of, you brought that conversation up. It was inappropriate on your end, not my end. And let's just not talk. Let's not text anymore after work, is what I said.
Yep.
And she responded with, you're my friend. You're not going anywhere. And yeah. So that kind of mellowed out for about 2 days or so. I would say about 2 days, right? Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, you're right.
Roughly.
And then it escalated from that to now we on FaceTime and
Titty pop out.
oh, it was an accident, little titty flash. And
Then it went from that to, you my friend, I'm a friend to see my kind of thing. So.
And again, within less than a month of knowing somebody, all my friends out there, within less than a month, some friends I ain't never seen the titty. So again, I knew that she was fucking being deranged, unhinged. Cause who does that? Fast forward, I knew all along my gut is never wrong. But fast forward, she got upset because they were having a conversation, and you'll have to say like how this went. But she got upset because they were having a conversation, and my husband said, I would never date you.
We were having a phone conversation, and I said her name, and she was like, you said my name just like this guy I dated. oh, you sound just like him. And she was just like going. And I interrupted. I said, you know I would never date you, right? That hurt her feelings.
Her feelings. Shorty was hurt. Thirsty was hurt.
And she said, I'm going to call you back. And sometimes most of the time I overthink. So what I said was, oh, maybe that was harsh the way it came out. So I had tried to call her back like 2 minutes later. She didn't answer me. And if I'm not mistaken, I texted and I was like, I apologize. I didn't mean it in a hurtful way, but I just want you to know I would never date you. You know, how can you say that and it not be hurtful? I guess now, but it is what it is. I don't want I don't want there to be any gray area. It's like it's black, it's white. There's no gray. Like that's it.
Yeah. So I was like, at this point we're at strike 3, 4. One of them, we're past 1 and 2. I know that much. That hurt her feelings.
And then she texted and said, I'm going to take a step back from our friendship. And I said, okay. And then we didn't talk maybe 4 days straight. And then we saw each other. And then it was like, hey, you look nice in what you're wearing. And I was like, okay, thanks. 3 hours after she got off work, she started calling again.
So she, at this point, it's like, she can't get enough. What I said it was like my husband was the crack, and she got a whiff of the fucking crack as soon as my husband walked through the door, and the bitch relapsed. She ain't never had an actual hit of it, but she was having the aroma was enough for her to relapse and be like, oh, I gotta have you in my life. I gotta have you in my life. She started being desperate. Desperation.
So in because I'm pretty sure y'all go watch it. You be like, how did you not know? How did you not know? What'd you say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
As I was saying.
Go ahead.
You might watch this and be like, well, how did you not know? And I'm the type of person that I'm not gullible. I'm not naive. But it's like, you have to spell it out for me. I'm not going to assume you're flirting with me. All right? Now, if it's a basic question like, hey, do you use this in the bedroom? Or what does this look like with us being lesbians? It's like, okay, maybe you're just curious. I've had friends ask me just recently, why do studs carry certain things in a backpack? And, you know, this is somebody I've known for years, and I just answered it flat out, like, you know, you can't wear it, kind of thing. So I'm not looking at it like, oh, you want me because you're asking this. It's just like, oh, you're curious, kind of thing. My wife said no.
No, because I get offended. I get offended when somebody like try to talk to me, when somebody like, oh baby, I can pump your gas, or oh baby, how you doing today? Hey baby, you want me to buy that? No, I get fucking offended because don't you know I'm married? They wouldn't know that because they don't know me, but I get offended. So to me, it's like I don't want to leave. Fuck making sure there's no gray area. There's no area for you, and I'm gonna make that very clear. There's no gray area. There's no black area. There's no white area. There's no area. Go sit in the fucking corner away from me. I get offended. So that's my take on it. But you know, everybody's not the same to me. So.
And for those of you out there wondering, well, why did you continue to talk to this person? It was kind of inevitable. It's like not something I could have just like.
Yeah, given the circumstances, which we're not going to disclose those circumstances, which I'm pretty sure people can put 2 and 2 together. But given the circumstances, she had to maintain contact with this person. So, yeah. But fast forward, she's now in a predicament where she doesn't have to talk to that person. And I don't know how to say this. Thirsty was like spreading her thirstiness. No, I can't even say that. Thirsty was like, how can I say this?
Thirsty was lying.
Thirsty was lying, but she was lying to like other
Thirsty
people.
was trying to make it seem like I was the chaser.
Thirsty and the chaser. Yep.
And she was the drink, you know?
But to like other people that were in there.
It was one person because the other people.
One person in their circle was lying and spreading these little lies.
Because the other people that was around, you couldn't You couldn't spread those lies to those people.
And Thirsty was saying some out of pocket shit, like she looked better than me, and she could take my man from me. But this is where it's like you're delusional and you're deranged, because within the first week owing my man, you said, "Oh, I'd have a time with your wife." If I was ugly and that I was fine as fuck, and I'm so pretty, if that was the case, baby, then how am I ugly? Like, make that make sense.
Yeah.
I'm not the most beautiful thing in the shed, in the shed, but thank you, baby. But you told my man that I was fine as fuck and that you would have a time with me. So the math isn't mathing. The math is not mathing. Then you said, this is why I should have ran her over when I said that I was gonna run her over. Because then you said that you could take my man from me, baby. My man is still sitting right here. And see, that's the thing too about Thirsty is like, Thirsty is delusional, but Thirsty is like, you know, you have a variety bag of chips. Thirsty is like one bag of chips and a box of a bunch of Thirsties, if y'all catch my drift, okay? So this is the thing with a bunch of these different Thirsties, they're just different flavors. They don't realize that my man tells me everything. So I knew everything that you were doing.
Everything.
Before.
From jump. Like, the day that you did it, the day that you did it, the day that it happened, yeah.
I know everything, and that's one thing I really, really appreciate about my relationship and my spouse. I don't ever have to wonder. I don't ever have to guess. I know all of the facts. I have my Carfax. I know every single thing it is that I need to know, and it could never be brought to my attention like, oh, well, you didn't know this or you didn't know that, baby. I know everything, and I don't think that those Thirsties understand that. They can't possibly understand that. So I knew everything that you were doing, like, before you closed your eyes at night. I was getting my, you know how when you go swipe your card at the ATM and that ding goes straight to your phone? That's how my man is with me. So to have this delusion in your head that you could take my man from me, preposterous. Then we gonna like take it a step further, and you said that my husband just married me because it was something to do, and that my husband's not in love, and that you're not happy. You just married me that it was something because it was something to do. I haven't done a wedding vlog, but baby, that wasn't just something to just do. Then lastly, this Thirsty to spread a little lies like y'all was friends with benefits. And I'm not understanding that, because baby, if you only knew what I knew and what my man knew, you ain't have to go spread no lies. You ain't have to spread no lies. You ain't have to spread no lies. We grown. We're grown. So to all you thirsty stalkers out there, I'm just gonna start running y'all over when my first gut says run y'all over. That's what I'm gonna start doing. That's how we solve this problem. That's how we save the lies. That's how we save the delusion. I just run y'all over. I look real crazy, don't I?
That's the other Gemini. I knew.
Yeah. That's how we solve the problems. I just run y'all over one by one. Boop. Speed bump. Boop. Speed bump. Boop, 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 boop. Quit fucking playing with me. So yeah, that's the story time about how my man has a stalker. Had a stalker. She probably is still stalking. I just don't understand. And to you thirsty, if you're watching this, hey girl. My man's sitting next to me. She's not saying hi to you. But if you're watching, my man. So, boom. You got anything you want to say, baby?
I love my wife. I didn't marry her because it was something to do. And she's not making me say this either.
The way you open your eyes look like you did.
I know. That's a couple of people like this. They're like, Blinky, need help. I don't need help.
So y'all put in the comments if y'all think that the signs were shown from the beginning. Because I know the signs were shown from the beginning. But y'all put in the comments if y'all think that the signs were shown from the beginning that this bitch was fucking deranged.
I know she was deranged. I didn't know that she was like into me. I never said that she wasn't deranged. I never said that.
She might as well have worn a shirt that said "Be mine." She might as well have worn a shirt that said that.
I knew for a fact when she wore a certain.
Oh yeah,
color
she wore a
outfit.
color and said, "I wear this for you. I wear this color for you."
I knew that. There was no doubt on mine then. And my response is, why would you do that?
So that's just that on that. We'll see y'all again for another story time. I'm gonna close out this story time. And if y'all like seeing my man on my channel with me, make sure y'all like, cause I gotta let it be known. You might accrue more thirsties. I let it be known that it's my man. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. Tap it, punch it, whatever you gotta do. And we'll see you next time. Peace. Punch it. Not punch me, punch it.